Hello pile number one and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So if you chose pile number one, the gift that is coming forward for you that is unrecognized or that has been left unembodied to its optimal capacity is energy medicine through animal telepathy. So what this talks about is your ability to read animal totems and to also understand the primal instinct through understanding the nature of primal instinct through animals. So for those of you who resonate with this, you guys would benefit from taking a look into animal totem meanings or animal medicine totem meanings online. You can go and learn more about that. For those of you who are into cartomancy or divination, you guys could start to buy more animal decks or even just go and watch more nature of animals. When you start to see animals repeating, this could have either a message for you that will help you to understand yourself or to understand what sort of energies you're attracting in through other people. Now, I feel you guys are very good at releasing people from negative or toxic cycles through the understanding of human nature. You help connect people back to the homes of themselves. Pile number one, you see? Okay. Now, I also think you guys could have connections to your clairsentience and clairaudience already. So this is the ability to feel out the needs or inner operations and inner workings of others to then intellectualize it and translate it through your ability to communicate. So you'll find that you guys are very talented speakers, or you find yourself very talented in ways of speaking to people who are suffering. You reach people in ways of speaking to the heart, which helps people to become more self-aware, and it activates their understanding of needing to honor and nurture themselves. And this is a part of your energy healing abilities, pile number one. Okay, so let's go ahead and look into how it is that you guys can strengthen this ability in your day-to-day life. I'm being shown a different deck. Sorry guys. If you see me looking at this piece of paper, it's just got the spread on it. Just so I don't get lost in the energy. You see, I need to stay grounded too. But for pile number one, please, guides, guardians, universe, energies, and service of the highest and greatest good, I welcome you into this space. I ask that you please guide me with truth, clarity, and wisdom. Please grant me the ability to articulate your messages as accurately and as clearly as possible. You guys' focus has been drawn in many different directions recently, is what I just heard, and you've been very active in your day-to-day lives. You guys have been seeing through a lot of different sorts of illusions and becoming very enlightened to a lot of misguided teachings or misunderstandings that are shared in lamest trends, buzzwords, things that people are aware of, but they don't necessarily make sense. You guys are very good at helping people to internalize and get to the root core of like the true meaning. You help connect people back to their core morals, core values, their own discipline over their own primal instincts, and you help people to mature themselves emotionally, mentally, and physically, meaning their health. How can pile number one strengthen their energy healing abilities? Is by continuing to manifest them into existence, by becoming aware of yourself. Becoming aware of yourself helps you to become aware of what actions it is that you can take to then materialize what is energy within your mind, your desire, or within your intentions. We have domestic harmony as well. So this is you getting clear with what it is that you desire moving forward. Do you wish to step into learning more about your healing abilities? If so, this is saying go and seek out healing techniques that are beyond what you're already educated to. This is going to help you to open up a new door that will lead you further into discovering the true potency of your healing abilities. Like I said in the beginning, when we first opened the message, I saw a lot of animal totems, which took me to the primal instinct. So you guys might even find that you guys get along with animals much better than, say, for example, humans. You guys might find yourself instinctively understanding what animals around you need. You guys could actually work with animals as well, or you could be animal healers in general. You could send out animal Reiki or something like that, because I saw someone holding Reiki hands over a sick dog who was panting, very dehydrated and malnutritioned. So yeah, you could be seeing, you're actually very revered by the Archangel Ariel. By the way, you take care of nature, and nature in turn will take care of you, is what I just heard. So some of you guys could also be healers of grid lines. Nature, quite literally, plants, gardens. You guys could clear up places like cemeteries, is what I just saw, or like places where there's a lot of dead life. You're very good at brightening up, clearing up. So that gives me the idea of like overgrown gardens, or they could also be symbolic, which I'll touch on, but overgrown gardens, or you help people to understand what it means to cultivate growth in life. But what just came out here was the man holding a heart and man holding a coin. You guys are very good at helping people to emotionally union with themselves, to then understand their motives and intentions once again. You guys are also being called to bring union to yourselves if you're a masculine energy, not being the energy. So you're someone who more so resonates with taking action in the world. This is saying that if you were to bring more union to your heart's desire with your behaviors, attitudes, and actions, you will find yourself manifesting your abilities into strength much, much quicker, into evolution much, much quicker. And you would see a lot more growth come as a result, and sustainability or reward, such as financial return. And it will continue to grow the more that you lived authentically in union between your emotions and your mind, your behaviors, your actions, you know. One more please. What can they do to strengthen their energy, medicine, or healing abilities? Self-discipline and creativity. Healing abilities? Parenting. For your healing abilities, you guys are going to learn what it means to strengthen them or advance them and evolve them through parenting yourself, learning more about the pains that you've had to grow through and that you still could be impacted by or suffer with. You learning to heal yourself with the Healer of Ages is what's helping you to learn to develop the empathy, understanding, the sympathy for other people who might go through the same things or similar things. And you gaining this awareness within yourself helps you to learn what it means to speak and reach other people who suffer with similar things. The more you learn what's good for you, the more you learn what's good for others who are in similar positions. You know what I'm saying here? And the more you are able to craft modalities or philosophies that help you to see yourself past suffering. And this is something that you'll come to share later on in life if it's not something that you do already, which will evolve your healing abilities or your reputation as a healer. Yeah, with the World card being out here, your destiny. For your practices and stuff, self-discipline around your creativity. Become confident in what it is that you know already, and that will be your sign to move on to new ways of learning how to expand your healing abilities. Become mastered in one focus first before you move on to many different others. This will keep you grounded in true understanding of the development process. Does that make sense? So you'll be able to ground it in to your conscious mind, your conscious understanding, rather than your subconscious picking up on everything you aimlessly moving through without learning about your healing process and development. Yeah. So right now you're being called to have patience with yourself and the results it is that you're trying to cultivate, because you will get there, but you first need to take time out from everything that is distracting you away from self-love, because your self-love is what's revealing to you or standing as the guide that will reveal to you the true potency of your healing abilities, and that's what's going to strengthen you the most. Coming home to yourself, becoming present with yourself and understanding your past that contributed to who it is that you are, and then asking how what you know can be capitalized on for your future. in the best possible way for yourself and for others involved. The discovery process of that is what is most important, which is why you're being called to stay present, because this is where you'll be taught and shown the true gift of your healing. It's going to lead you to abundance as well. So the more you are focused and truly grounded in the vibration of what you know has been true to you and calling you, the more you're going to start to see reward come back in as a natural result. So the best advice for you guys moving forward when unlocking or advancing your spiritual gift is to stay focused on your ideals, stay focused on your dreams, and stay focused on your optimism and your hope. This is saying the more you stay happy, the more you stay simple, or the more you prioritize simplicity, the more you're going to see stressful things become not stressful, more like learning lessons, and you're going to see things much more objectively rather than feel them. This is when you're going to be able to assess energy in a very neutralized way, where the energy can't sweep your inner alignment away from learning, is the best way that I can put it. Say, for example, war can be very emotionally charging to certain people, and when they're not in objective spaces, they develop a judgment of evil versus good, rather than seeing that there is good in both sides and there is bad in both sides of war. You see what I'm saying here? This is the kind of stance that you guys are going to be stepping into, and it's going to feel like you're stepping into a mediator's role, where you start to play devil's advocate. This is where you're going to start to really see your true healing abilities unfold for you. It's the neutral path. You're going to live beyond duality and polarity, so you won't see things as evil versus good or good versus evil. It will be more so of what is working and what is not working, what is healthy, what is unhealthy, what is progressive, what is stagnating or regressive, So how fascinating. This is just saying, in times where there is doubt, challenge your doubt with optimism, and you'll see yourself feeling much more comfortable in your position of patience, and you'll start to see that as an opportunity for you to discover more about your creative capabilities that you will then later come to actualize alongside of your self-discovery. Does that make sense? Pile number 1. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. With all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at an unrecognized or still yet to be fully embodied to an optimal capacity spiritual gift. So if you chose pile number 2, this is telling me that you guys have the ability to astral project. The ability to astral project is the ability to become fully conscious or self-aware and self-enlightened to a point where you are able to focus all of your energy of awareness into a field that is outside of your body. So out-of-body experiences could be something that has happened over your lifetime. Night paralysis, is that what it is? Sleep paralysis could be a thing for you. And dream telepathy. Dream telepathy is still a form of astral projection, and what happens is other people have dreams of you, and they're so vivid. It's like people say or can describe to you that they've had conversations with you in their dreams. This is the astral realm. It's your ability to consciously leave the body and project into different dimensions of vibration. So another thing that you guys would have noticed that you do is you guys spend a lot of your time in your mind. This is where you can command astral projection, because this is where you filter your consciousness awareness and become fully conscious of it. So think of your third eye as your commandment center of the self. And when you are fully aware, fully balanced, fully embodied of all it is that you need to know about yourself and how it is that you operate, you have the ability to project it towards other people, towards manifestations, towards other timelines, and towards truths that can't be seen by the naked eye. So how is it that you guys can strengthen this ability in your everyday to-day life, please, guides, guardians? We have responsibilities, lessons, and growing up. This is saying learn from the experiences of your own life. See how life has taught you about yourself rather than happen to you, and you will understand how it is that you can tap into deeper lessons that have been revealed about yourself to yourself through your struggles, challenges, life experiences. This is also saying that a lot of your astral projection comes through your contemplation of responsibilities in your day-to-day life. So quite literally, you naturally already use astral projection in your day-to-day life, or at least you are existing most of the time in the intellectual mind. So you are more so in your thoughts than you are in the materialization of your thoughts. What this is asking is that you start to intentionally and consciously bring the materialization to your thoughts, because that will be you grounding an astral energy into the physical realm. This is how you interchange energies, and also how you materialize energy. It's almost like manifestation or the law of attraction, but this is more intentional, and it's commanded through your skill sets, your qualities, your being, and your abilities. We have philosophy, releasing karma, and mysticism. So yeah, I think you guys already have personal understandings of how you most comfortably move astrally. This is saying get more clear with other philosophies, open up your ideas to other people's experiences and ways of practicing an astral projection, out-of-body experience, or dream telepathy. You guys might also get a lot of dream prophecy. This is also a form of astral projection, but into future timeline. When you are having these dreams and you're seeing symbolic things, or like symbology stand out to you, and you remember the symbols, it's an invitation for you to go and look into the metaphysical association to the symbol. That is how your dreams speak to you. It's never literal, it's always metaphysical and symbolic. So I ask you to research more about what stands out to you from what you remember from the dream when you wake up. It's coming back to this reality for a reason. For those of you who have been finding yourselves astral projection but through biolocation, this is your ability to apparition in front of other people or be in two places at once. When you have someone who is equally as aligned to a focus as what you are, they will be able to experience your energy, and the same vice versa. This is your telepathic communication through astral projection. You have the ability to exchange information or sensitive truths through thinking the same wavelength. So for example, you could be very good at aligning with certain people and finishing their sentences, thinking the same things, having the same ideas at the same time, visualizing the same things at the same time. It's an exchange of information that is granted through your astral projection abilities. And that's what the blue avian says here. Through growing in self-awareness with number 7 here, you're going to learn how to master the metaphysical ability to astral project. Okay, so what is it that you can do more consciously to strengthen your ability to discipline astral projection? We have collaboration, meetings, and community, kind of confirming what I was saying before. Open up to other people who have had similar experiences to you so that you can learn more philosophies, more modalities, more abilities that can be accessed as a result of becoming consciously aware of your astral projection abilities. This will also teach you more about how it is that you can discipline your own astral projection, and also learn how to become more present within the material realm rather than dominating life through the airy realm or the mental realm. Then you have 10, the greys. Organized and intimidating, utilitarian. This is saying don't become confined in a popularized way of thinking about things, because it will block you off from being able to explore the true depth and capability of astral projection as it is. So yes, it's good to be open to the opinions and the experiences of other people, but don't forget, a lot of people are very good at aligning with common trends because it's comfortable. So trust in how it is that you experience your unique way of astral projection, and then learn more about other people's ways once you become mastered and comfortable in your own. This could either help you to evolve the way it is that you astral project, or it can help you to become aware of possible dangers that can come from astral projection. Not that I believe there is any, because astral projection is all a reflection of the inner commandment station, what's going on at home, inside self. It becomes open to the reflections of inner conflict. Does that make sense? So you will attract in the astral what's going on inside self, and it will become a reflection in that way. Does that make sense? That's what this is warning. So it's saying if you start to experience unpleasant things in the astral realm, it's because there is an inner conflict or an inner dis-ease that you have yet to become comfortable with, discipline, or become enlightened to. So when there's dis-ease in the astral, there's dis-ease in self. And this is how you're going to start to self-reflect and then evolve. How can they best start to embody the astral projection abilities? Learn more about the mysteries within yourself, trust in your intuition, and read between the lines. Learn more about what doesn't make sense within yourself, and then you'll find yourself becoming much more stable in your abilities. You already know quite a lot about your own abilities, but this is learning from what you don't know that you're aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like when there's discomforts, we know that there's a discomfort, but we don't know why. This is saying spend time meditating and getting closer to the reasons as to why those things are there. Because things don't happen for no reason, especially within ourselves. And that's what this is saying. Once you start to become more aware of what happens within you that you don't know why happens, you're going to find yourself regrounding and kind of tapping into much more deeper form of security, stability, and value within yourself and your spiritual skill sets. With the earth element coming out here, survival, adaptable, and reliable. Yeah, you're going to feel like your spiritual abilities are much more useful for the material realm or our day-to-day lives. It's just that you haven't seen the use for it yet because you don't understand it, because you have yet to understand it within yourself. And then you're going to start to see how other people use it in their everyday to-day lives without really understanding how as well, which will then push you into a stance later on in life and becoming a teacher of the metaphysical realms. You guys could learn more about dream interpretation, dream telepathy in itself, astral projection, and different dimensions of consciousness in this lifetime through this spiritual ability. But those are the messages I have for you today, pile number 2. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this has come a positive service. But with all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be taking a look at an unrecognized spiritual ability for you guys today. Or we're going to be taking a look at a spiritual ability you've already become aware of, but have yet to fully embody to its optimal capability. Now, if you guys chose pile number 3, this is telling me that you guys have a shape-shifting ability, and it might not be in the way that you imagine. So, you know, hear me out. It might sound a little crazy, but hopefully I can make it make sense, yes? So shape-shifting as in you guys can evolve yourselves in a way that is so adaptable that it looks effortless to other people, so it comes across as shape-shifting. You guys have the ability to almost camouflage into any environment, into any nature, surrounded by any forms of types of people. So think of like the octopus, how it can camouflage into its scenery, or like the lizard. That's considered as shape-shifting. You guys are very good at bringing or summoning the right sorts of alignments within yourself at the perfect time because you are so adaptable and because you know yourself so well, and you are very good at taking in information about the environments and situations or circumstances you are in. You're very good at very suddenly realizing what you need to do to create the best possible situation that you can in the circumstances that you find yourself in. Does that make sense? Now, some of you could have also felt as though in the past you had multiple forms of personalities, or you guys have the ability to break down what contributes to the totality of you, and you see these contributing factors of personality as individual beings that then come together and transform into the totality of you. So you can talk to these broken down versions of self in ways that help you to gain really deep understandings of the psyche, the human capability, the nature of self, the core of self. And through understanding yourself and understanding what it means to be receptive, you adapt, you become flexible. Does it make sense? Another way that I can also see shape-shifting being applicable to you guys is that you've been through many different phases of life. So you've gone from extremes to extremes to extremes. For example, you could have been, I don't know, a nurse and then gone to war. You could have been, I don't know, a drug addict and then became sober for the rest of your life. An extreme to an extreme. You could have come from nothing to everything, sort of extreme. And it seems to people outside of you that the middle ground is a very short-lived experience before you embody the change. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you are a definition or a symbol of what it means to become the change you wish to see. And that's what puts you into the spiritual ability of being able to shape-shift timelines, versions of self, perspectives, outlooks. And for some of you, this is shapeshift because you guys are good at things like makeup, dressing. You could be very good at formalizing things that are once seen as insignificant or as not as beautiful. You're very good at beautifying things as well, transforming bad things into good things. This is giving me the energy of an alchemist. So someone who has the ability to transform a negative into positive by seeing the lessons. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it is that you guys can strengthen this ability within yourself. We have number 66, healing. So yeah, once again, this is saying the way that you can strengthen your shape-shifting ability is by using the law of polarity, seeing the good within the bad and the bad within the good, and staying in neutral line, which is kind of similar to pile number 2, but for a different reason. How can they strengthen their shape-shifting abilities? We have manifestation, blossoming abundance, and then we have follow your dreams. You guys know what it is that you want for yourselves, and you guys, or if you don't know what you want, you at least have a fair idea of what you're dreaming for or working towards, or what would bring you true personal fulfillment that you would then share with other people. With manifestation and blossoming abundance, it means there's something that you wish to achieve, but it's for greater purpose than just service of self. You guys feel stuck from being able to achieve your dreams, but that's because you have yet to fully embody your ability of capability. You don't really know what you can do yet. You have yet to discover that, and you have been. But this is saying, in order to free yourself to discover your shape-shifting abilities, you must let go of what you have defined yourself by, so that you can allow yourself to grow as you are and discover yourself as you build. Does that make sense? Like your creativity, your truth, and your core capabilities are being revealed to you as you live in your truth. And that is the thing about shape-shifting. It happens for reason. It doesn't happen without reason. A lot of people could have said that, I don't like that analogy, and I'm sorry if this pulls on some heartstrings, but you guys could have been like the ugly duckling and then turned out to be the swan sort of figure. You guys look very, very different to how you used to. You approach the world very different to how you used to. And this is because most likely there has been a chains of life events that has catalyzed you to adapt and to evolve and to change. And this puts you in a form of mastery, whether you know this or not. Pile number 3, the mastery of flow. The only consistency that we can really trust in life is the consistency of change, which means change requires us to adapt to then work in a form of unity with change, if that makes sense. And this is something that you guys are really good at accepting, because there is an underlay of a radical acceptance, which is healing in itself. You have the ability to make the best out of what you're provided with, or what you learn, or what you obtain from your situation. So you mold yourself to a degree that helps you to get ahead of whatever is in place that could be seen as an obstacle, as a challenge, or a restriction. Does that make sense? How is it that you guys can strengthen your spiritual ability? Take note of your inspiration and your dreams, because it's helping you to develop or evolve the way it is that you understand your shape-shifting abilities. We have messages, curiosity, and signs. You guys could be artists, by the way, and you have yet to discover your art talent. This could be the thing that you are good at, shape-shifting materials outside of you and shaping them into something beautiful. Some of you can also be very good at shape-shifting ideas into information. We have artistic integrity and honesty, and then we have controversial assessing and new perspectives. Yeah, you have the ability to introduce new understandings to the world based on how it is that you perceive events and life circumstances. This is saying that you guys are being called to speak out more or share more of what you've become good at that you know you're already talented at doing, because that taps you into your shape-shifting ability, whether you know this or not. You have the ability to shape-shift a full timeline at the snap of a finger. You really do. But this is more about letting go of controlling your situations and allowing them to happen for you so that you can use what happens for you to the best of your ability, which then shapes things around you. Does that make sense? You guys are going to discover that you guys are master manifestors in this lifetime. But it's all to do with your central point, which is you. Okay, so advice for you guys moving forward when using this gift. Manifest an attunement. This is saying become self-aware. Become aware of your skill sets. Become aware of your deficits. Become aware of your challenges. Become aware of everything to do with yourself, your hopes, your dreams, your fears. The more you can do that, the more accurately you're going to find yourself being able to place energy into the right places so that you can cultivate the best of what you were wanting or hoping or desiring for. Does that make sense? Whether this is love, whether this is career, whether this is like overcoming your own struggles within yourself, you can do everything it is that you set your mind to, and that's part of being a shapeshifter. You understand that it's all to do with alignment. You know, what you embody, what you receive, what you perceive, what you put out. And the more you understand that concept, the more you're going to grow in strength of your manifestation abilities or your shape-shifting abilities. Pile number 3. So further advice just before I close. Stay resilient in what it is that you're learning about yourself. Be bold when it comes to the truths you discover about yourself, and be yourself unapologetically as you move forward. You grow where a lot of people in your world do not grow. They stay a part of the problems that they see, whereas you are someone who adapts and changes the problem. And that is a gift of yours that you guys are going to be learning more about. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this has come a positive service. And with all that being said, until next time, bye guys. Pile number 4, hello and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So we're going to take a look at a spiritual gift that you guys have unrecognized, or that you guys have yet to fully embody or discipline into its full optimal or capable abilities. Alright, I'm just going to come out with it. Sorry guys. I get a little bit intimidated around this spiritual gift because I understand the dangers that can come with it. So you guys have telekinesis, or what some might call psychokinesis. What happens is, if left undisciplined or if left unaware of, it can grow into what we call a poltergeist, or what some might call a TK or PK manifestation. There are stages of a poltergeist. And what poltergeists actually are is repressed energy that comes from a psychic talent that is unaware. Someone who has a psychic talent that they're unaware of. And a lot of it is to do with the ability to become so encompassed or focused or aligned with a specific object or matter. And they have the ability to mentally move it. So think of it this way. If you have someone in alignment who is feeling an intense emotion for the longest amount of time, let's say 20 years, and they become fearful of themselves, they become undisciplined, and they just become suppressed, repressed, or confined, what happens is that energy becomes its own consciousness form and steps outside of the body that can no longer house that consciousness. and it becomes its own identity until it is reintegrated and disciplined as an ability within the individual. This is what you guys have. So if you guys have experienced a lot of things moving randomly, or you feel like you've been haunted all your life, quite literally, no, it's your telekinesis ability. It's I would say be very careful. You know the movie Matilda, and how she can move things? It's kind of like that. Not as dramatic, but it can get to that point depending on the individual. So yeah, you guys could have found yourselves having funny things happening with things like street lights, lights in general, electricity as well, objects, things moving, noises heard, strange occurrences. A lot of the time that seems very paranormal. Please don't fear too much, because it's not entities outside of you. It is your own entity trying to talk to you that you have been in denial of, so much so that it has become a shadow of yourself, then reflecting outside of you. So let's go ahead and take a look at how it is that you can probably address this reading a little different. So if for those of you who have psychokinesis or telekinesis, how can you guys become more aware of this spiritual ability within yourself? By becoming disciplined over yourself, with the first chakra coming out here in victory. The way that you can control your TK or PK abilities is through self-discipline, self-awareness, and boundaries with self and with others. This requires a really strong-minded person. To be able to have this ability, you need to be very strong-minded, you need to be very strong-moraled, and you need to be very much in touch with your roots. So like the core of your morals, where they come from, why you would follow integrity and things like this. You guys would have a very strongly evolved sense of justice, and if it's not abided by within yourself, or within the company that you keep and choose to have around you, you will find that your PK abilities or TK abilities kind of pick up and enhance or become much more intense around you and responsive. The things that you repress manifest very, 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 very quickly. Some of you guys might have even in the past thought that you guys could have been cursed, but it's not. It's quite literally your own energy. You guys are here to step into a form of mastery over yourself in this lifetime. And your telekinesis is kind of holding you accountable to be able to discipline yourself into self-mastery. This is where you're going to quite literally become very disciplined in self-knowing, to a point where no one outside of you can shift you, harm you, move you, compel you, repel you, nothing. Yeah, and this is going to be something that you guys are going to start to use in your careers. Spiritual career means something that is most meaningful to you. So in this lifetime, you're going to find yourself using your TK and PK manifestation abilities, and it's going to come into an importance when it comes to understanding other people and also the synchronicities that play out in your life. This is something that is inherited through your ancestry, and it's an ability that has been passed on through your bloodline, which means your children can also have this. The more self-aware you become, the more aware of this ability you become, and you guys are going to leave behind wisdom that will help people to break outside of the mold that has kind of left them bound in their lives. Does that make sense? Like, you're going to break a curse around the understanding of telekinesis, and it's going to bring you a lot of abundance, either for yourself, for the understanding of other people who might have telekinesis, or for your bloodline. And as a result, it's going to attract in a lot more better energy, uplifting energy. You are someone who has had to go through a lot of healing, and it was to literally break an ancestral demon, if you want to call it that. It's not a demon though. It's not. It's the beast. The beast that becomes a reflection outside of us, but from within ourselves. So I'd say you guys are your worst enemies, but also your own best friends. You are your biggest threat, but also your best answer. Quite literally, with the spiritual gift, you guys could literally create Casper the Friendly Ghost out of your own energy. Quite literally. Alright. So what do they need to know about this ability? This is going to help you to master your psychic abilities, your spiritual career, or even your spirituality, and understanding of spirituality in itself. You have the ability to help people to put to rest demons. Pile number 4. Through their own self-understanding and through your own self-understanding of TK and PK manifestations or poltergeists. You're going to bring an end to a lot of anxiety in this world around you the more you focus in on helping people learn what it means to love themselves. Damn. Okay, so what is it that you need to know about having this ability? That you, once again, inherited this. You inherited it with number 77 and 5, the attachment card. This is something that has been held onto and passed on about. You guys have had a lot of suspicions through other understandings that have been taught through spiritual enlightenment practices from other people outside of you. This is a new understanding that you guys are going to be teaching to the world around you. You have a complete, unique, evolved perspective. And yeah, you're being called to persevere with this perspective and share it with the people around you, with number 4 being here. Start off with the people who are close to you, in your homes, in your communities, your friends, the people that you hold close. Then you will find that you will build up your courage or your faith in your ability to kind of talk about it more with other people around you, and it will teach you how to expand on the message and reach more sorts of people in different sorts of creative ways. You're going to bring a lot of healing to yourself by speaking about or learning more about your telekinesis, poltergeist, or psychokinesis. And it's also going to disillusion you from a lot of deceit that you've been taught about spirituality, ghosts, paranormal. If it hasn't already revealed to you a lot of illumination and truths already, or clarity. Yeah, so you're going to learn a lot of forgiveness for yourself over certain things that have taken place in the past, and you're also going to help people to learn to forgive certain misunderstandings or misguided teachings to do with spirituality and also spiritual abilities. When it comes to good versus evil, you're going to help people to see this concept very, very differently the more that you teach or learn about psychokinesis, telekinesis. Pile number 4. So advice for you guys moving forward on this path while discovering and embodying your talent. Yin and yang are going to bring a lot of balance. Once again, polarity, duality. You're going to probably transcend this concept and help people to see past this concept as well, which will free them from the limitation of the 3rd dimension. It will move them into the 4th. It's important that you make sure that you see to your own needs as much as you see to others when you set out on this journey, especially if you already have a spiritual career that you're going to start to integrate this spiritual ability with. Moderate yourself, learn about yourself. Always contemplate the good and the bad that can come from the choices that you make, and you'll find yourself being in discipline over this ability. With the red being here and amongst the green, yeah, you'll keep staying in a cycle of healing and disciplining rather than self-destruction or harming yourself and other people with what you are not aware of or choose to be unaware of. Does that make sense? Not that you were doing that, but that is something that you can fall into when practicing in telekinesis and psychokinesis. Okay, any additional messages, please? You guys are going to learn how to heal your broken heart, that you've had a lot of misunderstandings about yourself, and you're going to see your past very, very differently. You're not cursed. Pile number 4. You're not haunted. You don't have demons. You really don't. There are no shadow people here. It is you. So with this new understanding, know that new doors are going to open for you now, and restrictions are going to be kind of dissolving from what I see here. You're going to start to feel like there is a new hope for you to follow the dreams it is that you wish to have, and that you can fulfill by everything that's here. There is going to be a new beginning for you coming up in the very near future. This could be after your transformation of your relationship with self. You'll see that the door will open and things will start to manifest completely differently, especially with spiritual partnership coming out here that talks about the spiritual partnership you share with yourself and your gifts and your abilities. So you're going to start to see yourself completely different, and you're not going to be seeing yourself in bad ways anymore. This is going to help your integration process if you've been experiencing a poltergeist. Those are the messages I have for you today, pile number 4. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this comes a positive service. With all that being said, until next time, much love. Bye.